started here, Eric White. Eric White from Bloomington, our first puller. He will be our test puller. We'll explain a lot more about what's going on out here as we get done. Tractors in this 12,000-pound class, 12-mile-an-hour speed limit, 12-mile-per-hour speed limit, and Eric's run by the speed 300 individual monitoring boards. Trevor Whelan from B-Town, he is going to put down our first official distance tonight. Wisconsin, John Deere 4440, 11.7 on the speed, 301 and 75, 301 and 75, and we'll show the maximum RPMs of 2,690 RPMs on the following. Another tough running John Deere, Trevor Whelan, was just 301 and change as the distance to beat. Topped out at 11 miles per hour. His distance will be 290 and 96. 290 and 96. That'll put him in the number 2 spot at the moment. Trevor Whelan, 301 and change. Once again, 3,000 engine RPM limit. On the speed board, comes up with a distance of 298 and 28, 298 and 28, 2660 on the RPM, 2660. That'll put Levi in the number 2 spot right now. We're going to make some noise early in the evening here with our 2-wheel drive modified trucks. That will be the second class tonight. 301 and change the distance to beat Tony Cooley. Ooh, couldn't stay on top of the turbocharger there with Tony 290. And 792, 90 with 79, 11.7 on the speed, and our engine RPMs topped out at 20. Well, there's a lot of great refreshments around. Please keep yourself hydrated tonight. He and Adrian will be our next puller to see if he can chase the top of the leaderboard. Once again, 301. 75, the distance to beat. Well, the hammer came down hard with the track patrol eliminator from Independence, Wisconsin. 299 and 28, 299 and 28. 11.9 on the speed board, 2440 on the RPMs. Good clean run for Ian, just a little bit short. Dan White with the distance of 301 and 75. Need the distance to beat. 7 and 3-1, but he got there a little too fast. 12.9 on the speed board. Jeremy Davis, the 6030 John Deere. Tough running tractor. He just acquired this tractor last year. The first time he drove it, he took home a win. Let's see what can happen tonight. Oodles of torque in that 6030 Deere. 301 and 75 was the distance to beat for Trevor Whelan. Jeremy Davis 301 and 03. A little bit short. So 301.75 by Trevor Whelan. That is still the distance to beat. There, but he hit the throttle just a little hard, and those tires hooked up hard to the track and lurched him over the 12-mile-an-hour speed limit. 12.2 on the speed. It was 304 and 6/8 right now. Trevor Whelan and Jeremy Davis. Tyler wants to see if he can change that. Tyler Millen, a good distance of 302 plus. Unfortunately, got there in a big hurry. 12.9, 2760 on the RPMs. Good run RPM-wise. Broke the speed limit, though. Cameron will be the 10th official hook of this class out of 17. Watching that speed board, he hit it perfect at 12.0. 301 and 75 was the distance to beat by Trevor Whelan. Well, Cameron 306 and 29. There is your new lead. Joined the pack up there. Right out there too, a well-balanced run. He carried that front end just a little bit off the track. A good run for Kyle Adrian, 11.6 on the speed. The RPMs were good. 305 and 23 will put him in the position. Why not me? I can be up there too. I'll see what I can do. RPMs are coming up. Let's see what the Krugel Farm sponsor, John Deere, today. You know, the fun part about announcing up here, and we have this distance box up here at the announcer's stand, is we get to see the distance before anybody else does. And it's going to get fun this evening, folks. 11.9 on the speed for John Krugel. Pulling vehicles. Grand National level pulling vehicles right here in Platteville on Saturday night. Joe Clyde, 2805 Massey, 30. Tom Keating, 306.29, the distance to beat. Well, Tom Keating, he's having no problem. He just said, I want to join the party too. 304 and 99. 304 and 99, 11.4 the speed, 2530 on the RPM's a good clean run for Tom. That'll put him towards the top portion of the class. Staging area, we'll see what track he takes. Jake Rader, 11.9 on the speed with a distance of 2.95 and 6.5. 2940 on the RPMs. Sure, not built has air conditioning on in the cab. I also made the comment he's probably listening to the PA on 91.1 FM. I'll tell you what, that 55 series deer got the job done. 306 and 29 the distance to beat Bill Ball. 305 and 95. That'll put him in the number 3 spot, I believe, unofficially. Eric White, 306 and 29 is the mark in the sand. Well, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Eric White, you're a party crasher. 308 and 29. 11.8 on the speed. Kind of a signature of doing a nice wheel stand right at the end. Well, I know one thing, we're going to send Jim Flynn a cleaning bill afterwards, because he just showered us up here at the announcer stand with Park and Track. 306 and 67 was the distance to beat Jim Flynn. 309 and 1-5. Motor full there. 309 and change the distance. Needless to say, we snapped one edge right there at the top of the leaderboard. Alex Reynolds and the non-profit Chevrolet will come up just a little short of the lead. His distance 309 and 35. And the official results from the Scott Implement. Well, Platteville, you've been pretty quiet. We got to hear a little something. Mike Rader from Eota, Minnesota. Wow, that's a great run. 299.38. Those horses under the hood were really working hard. 299 and 38. Super stock truck. Following Dennis Butler, the V8 he calls priority. Got the ground speed up. He had a 25.7 mile per hour ground speed and put a big number out there of 317. And final attempt. stand, and he was just in there, smooth as could be, just like he was on the easy chair in the living room. Comes up just a little bit short, 323 and 3. Before she came down the track, anything you can do, I can do better. 324 and 3-1. There is your new leader. 324 and 3-1. That'll drop Marcus Olsen's 323 and 3-4 is the distance to beat. And Logan Amy brings up the RPMs. Let's see what happens. Jody, you better look out. Here comes Logan 83, 24 and 8. 2. There is your leader. Gonna see if he can get it done. Well, the official distance, unfortunately, for Jared Prana, 83.68, 83.68. Hopefully he can get it fine-tuned and he can get back on the as we bring up the 3x3 turbocharger. Let's go pull on, David. Ethan Fry from Boscoville. A nice run by Ethan. 290.92. He has the option. We'll see if he can keep that. It's a good run. Jason Passow, the Code Red International, coming from Dodge, Wisconsin. Good run. What a well-balanced run. If you watch closely at about the 80-foot mark, Jason Passow, he lifted that front end about 2 to 4 inches off the ground, and he held it there. Highly regarded tractor, a great driver. His first hot farm run with the Clay State Truck and Tractor Pullers, 298 and change the distance to beat. Well, he ran out of power. He had a tall gear there, 29 miles per hour. The distance to beat put down by Jason Passau was 298.87 up to speed. Pumping the 466 cubic inches, full of intake. The Twist and the Wick International. Keith Kieran and the Twist and the Wick International, the 1456 International, 211 and 02. Needless to say, the RPMs went away on him at about the 100-foot mark and could not regain the turbo. Sublette, Illinois, about 2.5 hours southeast of here. Maybe 2 hours and 45 minutes. He will have the next chance to get to the top of the leaderboard at 298 and change. As he came in front of the announcer stand, I noticed Steve was on that right brake just a little bit. And every time you have to touch the brake, you take away distance. 294 and 57. 294 and 57. Didn't quite have the ground speed. Sunshine right now. Just at the wrong angle coming into that full face helmet. The line in this class seems to be a bit closer to the south side of the track, and Craig Kovars would probably support that case right now. 283 and 33. International call, no problem. Boy, the hammer came down hard from the track control eliminator. He came down and pulled Troy Heiner's saying to the top at 292.37. Chase Drew, Lansing, Iowa, the red fighters. Moose's tractor videos will have that as a highlight, I'm sure. What a well-balanced a bit under 30. But a big number put down by Chase Strube in the Red Ridge Finder of 3:08 and 56. Let's see what DK Sullivan and the Silent Partner can do. Well, DJ is, needless to say, not happy with that. The RPMs went away, and when you can't stay on top of the Charger, your RPMs just go to pieces. 214 and 5.3 could now finish out the season, but had enough points that he could still take home the season-long point championship and over the winner brought it back to life. Might want that run back, because if he's been watching in the past, anything that has come right of center has come up short. 297 and 97 for Steve. 297 and 97. Forever Red with Mike Gott from Sumter, Iowa will be our last puller. And we're going to re-weight the sled for our Super Pro class. For Mike Gott 2, 7, 6, and 1, 7. For the Forever Red International from Sumter, Iowa, we'll get the final result of the 90. Talking to the Lears in the pits earlier tonight, I said, who's driving tonight? Dad Chris looked at Colin and pointed at him and says, he's driving tonight because I'm driving in Toma next week. Colin Lear, living there in there, Reedtown, Wisconsin. Platteville, Wisconsin, what did you think of that? All right, yeah. I'll tell you what, Colin Lear came down the line there. He was over 30 miles an hour, 31.3 miles per hour, a distance of 325. For the Champions Tour PPL. Here's the RPM, step back and watch. Bob Gansler, last year. Wow! Horsepower on display, 330.84. Bob Gansimer, and we had to dump the dirt off of the laptop up here on the announcer. Dr. Deere and Jeff Ball. I'm thinking Jeff Ball would want to come back to the start line and move a little weight. He brought that up in a hurry. He had it on the wheelie bars at about the 150-foot mark. Came up with the distance. Until winter, there's tractor pulling this summer. Let's go pulling same day later on Tier 2. What a display of horsepower. Wow. 303 and 47. 303 with 47. Probably getting those multiple turbochargers playing well together. Austin McCauley, you finally got your pass in, 303 and 16. Let's give Austin McCauley and Donnie Van Dyne that's walking down the track a big round of applause and thank them for putting on that show. Wow, what a run. Austin McCauley and the Birch Hollow Deer. Finding some of them on the award stand at the end of the night. Honesty Troboff and her international she calls the pandemic is our test puller. That is not a good sound. Honesty Trobaugh, 26.1 miles per hour, 316 and 12, 316 and 12, 2840 on the RPM. Seems to say that tractor staff having less than 3,000 RPMs, but we will not get an official reading. Watching how these tractors have been running all night long as he went to the left of center, 324.75, 324 and 75. He will be our new leader. That'll drop on his the service sponsor, Constant Aggravation 1066 International, is our next puller. 325 is 324 and 75 our distance to be. .4 on the speed board, a good speed for Jason Clumpy. 329.88. 29.80. And I think he's under. He's not old enough to drive. That's good. There comes one, Tammy, right behind you. Get past 0 Point Wisconsin, the Budweiser King. Well, Jeff Cass, by day he is the events coordinator for Wisconsin Distributors. Wisconsin Distributors is a tremendous season-long sponsor. Steve Mullenkamp, where you're standing. The 4630 Deer, 330.43. He comes across 66 International. 337 and 47, the distance to beat. Corey Falbrecht in 66 International, 328 and 88. 328 and 88. Not enough to go to the top of the leaderboard, but a good run for Corey, getting right down there. In the 11,000-pound full farm class, Bobby Niles, 44.55, John Deere, 18 mile per hour speed limit, 3,000 RPM limit. Bobby Niles was our test puller, 315.99, 315.99, 17.1 on the speed. We'll see if he keeps that distance. 9 is the distance to be put down by Bobby Niles in this class of 8 Pro Farm tractors. More the Gold Digger, 17.2 miles per hour, a good speed, a distance of 308.32, 308 and 32. That'll put him into the number 2 spot. Jeremy Rader, one Royal Deer. to make sure that he didn't bust that 18 mile per hour speed limit. Jeremy Ryder, 324.38, 324. And 3.8, that is your new leader. 16.8. Running Wild Superfarm tractor back on the track at all in 2025. But the Legend D21 is his tractor tonight. Platteville. Decorah, Iowa, 17.0 on the speed. He was looking to beat 315 and 9. To beat. Something different case. 17.9 on the speed. 320 and 63. 320 and 63. 3010 on the RPM. Even 8.7 in the Pro Farm Division. Adam Moore, looking for more internationals. Adam Moore, he's playing tough to beat tonight. 327.57. 327 and 57, 17.4 on the speed board. .327 and 57, the distance to beat by Adam Moore. Bucky's Buck, 319.87, 319.87 for Brian Mueller. Starting out the class, he will have the test full. Butler, and for the priority 317.88, 317.88. Got it for the Cardinal Blast and Ocean Stand. Now the Harvest Moon, Alice Chalmers from Eorta, Minnesota with Mike Rader is ready to go. And the distance to beat for Mike Rader is 317 and 8. Mike, did you save your best to last tonight? Wow, what a run. Mike Rader, the Harvest Moon International, 337.23. 337 and 23. That will take the win ahead of Dennis. Chevrolet with a distance of 336 and 92. 336 and 92. That's the distance to beat. I will wait for the official word for track sign though. 336 and 92. Down by Alky on the Yankee Chevrolet. 342 and 08. Big number. You can do, I can do better. Jody White, 342 and 25. There is your new leader. Stop Jared Promise, 342 and 08. Duties in Jennifer Husband Therapy on the second go-round. The Ford Ranger that Heather Ham calls the tick, 332 and 52, 332 and 52 is the final truck in the heavy hook tonight. Just got the word that there's plenty of food left in the food pavilion over there, so go join us. Steve Alky. Steve Alky from Sublette, Illinois, 298 and 18. 298 and 18. Word from trackside. Keeping that for 298 and 18 put down by Steve Holthouse is the distance speed. International, 319 and 6, 319 and 6. That's the new distance to beat. I'm sure he wants that run back again. He went into the soft spot on the track, just right of center. 3:05 and 02. 05 and 02 with two tractors. The code ran international. 319 and 6 the difference to me. little bit short in this go round. 3:04 and 2:3. 3:04 and 23 for Tom Passow. James Kiernan, his second and final attempt. Rough ride for James Kiernan.